Hey! Okay, we're gonna go to the left. Hey. Okay, now it's to the right. Hey, put that tune on. How are you? How are you this Tuesday? Basically the gist of the reflection, or the heart of the reflection for us today, is to put that tune on. What do I mean? I don't know where you are today. I mean, not just physically, but where you are in your feelings, in your emotions, in life, in the circumstances that you have to face. Because actually, today I wanted to share something maybe personal. Something that's going on with me at the moment, with me, and how God is playing in that. And it's the fact that on Sunday, as we got to go to mass, yay, it was awesome. As we went to mass and the liturgy was read, the gospel really stayed with me, and I think it made sense for today, and made me into circumstances that we might be living and facing. And the gospel goes like, is the one that we all know, that we've all heard, but we all need to encounter in our lives, because I think we all need the Jesus that comes, or Jesus the strong one that comes to take care of us and to take care of things. And Jesus on the gospel, he calls us. He's actually, and not just us, actually he's calling the people, the weary and the tired and the burdened. Because Jesus, I think, I love the Jesus of the Bible, because he has a special heart for those who are burdened, for those who are weary. But it's not just sit there, everything's gonna be fine. No, Jesus wants part. He wants part in our suffering. He wants to actually help us, and it's not a magical help, bam bam da woo, no problem. And it's not even an unrealistic help. I think in the previous video I said, we don't need to be fake before God. We need to be real, and God is real in other ways, even when it comes to our sufferings, our burdens. He's not just ignore your burdens or ignore your sufferings. He's like, I know that you're suffering. I know there is something there. Let me come alongside you. Let me come. I know how to deal with it. It's not that it's automatically gonna go away, but our God is the God that gives us the strength, that gives us the wisdom, that gives us the tools that we need in order to sometimes transform that situation. It can happen. The situation is going to be transformed. Sometimes sorrow is going to be transformed into joy. So it's not going to go away and then a joy is going to come back down. No, it's going to be a transformation. So from the sorrow, it's going to be transformed into joy. And this is something that God can do, and that God calls us to do. And what is the something personal that I wanted to share is the fact that I'm finding myself in a situation where I'm struggling, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Jesus, what's happening? And then I hear God, as if and sometimes through a song, or in the different ways that I pray, and I just feel and I hear God come alongside me, and lift me up from the circumstance that I'm living in. And sometimes it's but I don't know if you understood that, but yeah, God comes alongside us, and he wants to help us in everything that we are. God cares about what you're going through, and God cares about what I'm going through. He's like that faithful friend through good times. He wants to be yeah, there we go. Through hard times as well, he wants to be it's all right, I'm here. Let me pick you up and let me show you the way. Let me help you. Please don't forget. Like I mentioned, he wants to take part in our suffering. Jesus wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid of suffering. He took the the wounds and the beatings, he was open to them. And why was he open to them? Because he wanted to help us. He was showing us his love. So that was true then, and that is true today. Wherever we are, yeah, let's take this on board. So if like everything is good, cool, great, praise God and walk with Jesus in that. But when it's not, like I am, in sometimes in some moments, when it's not, like look to Jesus. He's there. He hasn't left, and he wants you to come. He's calling the tired and the weary, and we know we're all tired sometimes, and we're worried as well. So yeah, if we just think about worries, I always think, yeah, just tune in to what God has to say about that situation, because he can be, yeah, he can be our strength, and he can be the answer that we are looking for. And sometimes the over worrying, I'm not saying don't worry, like I know it's normal to worry, but Jesus is saying, yes, there is the worry, but let me talk to you about that. Let me show you the different things, and let me do something about it too. So let's be confident whenever it is. And let me say something, like, let me throw a challenge, because I know our emotions and our mood can be like, woo, a roller coaster every day, all day. But when you're like, you start your work, and then whether it's like you're studying or you're teaching, and you're like in the class and you begin well, but then you like get tired, in those moments, take a few minutes to be like, okay, Jesus, you know what, I need your strength. Or like in a minute, in a moment, just like, okay, God, come through. And watch God come alongside you to help you. That's what happened with the disciples in Emmaus. They were like, they were so hopeless walking to back, away from Jerusalem, away from that place of hope. And Jesus comes and walks alongside them. And by the end of Jesus' talk with them, they were like, hey, let's go back to Jerusalem. So by the end of us bringing our troubles to God, we will experience his help, his strength. And let's just be sure of this. Sometimes we have to endure, but God gives us the strength, the hope, the joy to do so. So yeah, I hope that has been helpful. Yay! I kind of missed. I don't know why, but I was missing like these videos. I'm like, oh, I know it was like Thursday, but there we go. So God bless, and I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you from where I am. May God bless you in your day today and in your week, wherever you are. No, come to Jesus. He's the source and the light for our life. So God bless.